once again. Welcome back to our channel. So the name of our channel is Teks and this is Learning Shorthand with Mam Teks. That's me, part 7. Okay, so we would like to thank all those who subscribed already to our channel, and for those who are new, kindly hit the subscription button and also hit the notification bell so that you will be updated with our latest uploads of our videos on shorthand tutorial. Okay, so I promised last time that we're going to have an activity for today covering the lessons from 1 to 6, and so we start again with a review of the previous lessons. So we have here A, E, N, M, T, D, O, R, L, H or in, long I, U, K, G. So G, G. Then we have S, F, V as in victory, and S, P, B. Okay, so as I kept on saying, you have to read this over and over again at random so that this will be retained in your mind. So again, let's read I, H or E, L, J, R, K, U, O, A, E, N, M, D, T, E, B, T, S, V, F, S. Okay? Some of these outlines represent brief forms or words, as in I, in or not, it or at, would, of, are, our, will or well, and a or an. All these in the next lessons will also have word representations in the next set of brief forms that we're going to discuss. So we have here some examples. Of course, we've already taken up the punctuations used in shorthand. We will just have to incorporate that later on in the activity. So let's have a review of word examples covering the letters sounds. So we have S-I-T for sight. Take note, sight can be spelled S-I-T-E, which means location. It can be spelled C-I-T-E, which means to cite something or state something. It could also be spelled S-I-G-H-T, which is related to vision. So sight. The outline is the same, but there are 3 words that you can form out of it. So you just have to choose the right word later on if you're going to use that in a sentence or paragraph. Then we have F-I-T for fight. F-A with a capitalization sign for Faye. That means that's Faye is the name of a person. Then we have S-E for see, which means see, also in relation to vision, and sea, like the seashore. Then we have S-A for say, S-T-A for stay, S-T-I-L for style, S-T-E-E-L for steal. Again, with steal, since this is being discussed, guys, because shorthand is based on the English language. So when you say steal, there are a lot of words that you can form, like steal with an S-T-E-A-L, which means to get something which is not yours, and steal, S-T-I-L-L, which means stationary, and steal, S-T-E-E-L, which could be related to in a construction implement or material. So steal. Now we have L-E-T, that is let, L-E-T-R, letter. So again, there is a principle that we omit minor vowels that are not very much sounded. So if you can see, in between T and R, there is supposed to be a vowel, but we omit that because it's not very much sounded. So like in middle, in lil, total. So total, we omit the vowel in between the 2 consonants. We call that omission of minor vowels. Then we have L-E-V for leave. So leave can be spelled L-I-V-E or L-E-A-V-E. So leave, with different meanings. L-A-F-T-R, this is laughter. V-E-S-T-R, visitor. In some cases, you will see in some books that there is an E in after S. That could be done, but you can still read that even without the E because that's not very much sounded anyway. So visitor. Then we have H-E-L-P for ing for helping. So these are just some. So when you read that, helping, visitor, leave, laughter, letter, let, steal, style, side, fight, pay, See, say, stay, pay, stay, say, see, fight, side, let, leave, visitor, helping, better, still, laughter. You read that over and over again at random so that it will be retained in your mind. Okay? So moving on, I said that we were going to have an activity. So our activity for today is reading and writing practice and also transcription practice. So we start with the reading, or writing and reading practice. Okay, practice. So you can write already the word practice. Punctuation used in shorthand, encircle that four color. So example, letters. Let's have sentences. I, L, V. That's a phrase. So are you reading with me? T-U. And then we have the M-U-N. What could be the word? And B-A-K period. Okay? So try reading it. And then number 2. I and well. Again a phrase. T-A-K. What's the word? K-A-R. Of. So that's you. For the R-E-S-T. Of M-I-L-I-F. So what could be the letter? So try reading it yourself. And then number 3, I-N-O-M-R-L-E with a capitalization and brief form, semicolon, H-E-S-M-I-P-R-O-F-E-S-R. What could be the word? In my H-E-S-T-R-E-K-L-A-S period. So K-L-A-S, get the sound so that you can get the word. And then number 4, I and would, L-I-K. What could be the phrase? T-U-G-O. T-U. The P-A-R-K. What could be the word? And then with you. Period. Okay? So we have here 4 sentences which we're going to do. What we're going to do today is to transcribe them on the other side of the board. So assuming that we are really having a class and I am asking you to transcribe this, read this first, write this, copy this by way of writing, and while you are copying, you read it, and then after you have copied and read it, you're going to transcribe it with the longhand meaning of the sentences. And that's going to be fun, you know. So we move on, assuming that you are done. So in shorthand, guys, in shorthand, we transcribe, we do not write there, we do not transcribe here. We do not transcribe the word there. We have to transcribe it separately, meaning all longhand letters. It should be all longhand. Okay, so given these sentences, when we say here, transcription, practice, we have to transcribe the sentences one by one. So given this, number 1, sentence number 1 will be, I, L, V, ano po yun? What's the word or what's the phrase? This is I, L-O-V-E. That is I love. See? Pag nagyan mo din lang you later on, if you already have a brief form representing you, that they can put you there. So I love you. You can write it already. I love you to the moon M-U-N, that is moon, and back. I love you to do moon and back, period. And then number 2. It says I will take, T-I-K, care. I will take care. But you can also read this as car. But is the word correct if you're going to make use of car? Of course it's not. So, take care of you for the R-E-S-T, that is rest. Rest of M-I, rest of my life. Period. I will take care of you for the rest of my life. Chang. O, diba? Kalokohan. Kaya ba mag-take care for the rest of my life? Bakit yaya ba siya? Diba? And then number 3, I know. So, I-N-O. I know Mr. Lee well. So, although this could also be will, but is the sentence correct if you're going to make use of the word will? Of course it's not. So, you make use of when. He is my professor. Oh, P-R-O-F-E-S-R. Professor. Professor in my H-E-S-T-R-E, that is history. He is my professor in my history class. Period. See? So you can already read sentences. Next, number 4. I would, L-I-K. So that is the first one is I. The next is would, represented by D. That is I would. And then you have the word L-I-K. That is like. I would like. T-U-G-O. That is to and go. I would like to go to the P-A-R-K. To the park with you. Period. So there, as you can see, these are the transcription of these shorthand outlines here. So if you want to practice and develop indeed the skill of writing shorthand, you will have to perform the activities yourselves. So you will have to, when we say writing and reading practice, you will have to write this in your study notebook. So write the sentences, copy it as is, and while you are copying, read it, and then read it again. After you are done reading it, then transcribe. Check your works. If indeed you are using the correct choice of words, like in this case, care. So care could also be car, diba? Could also be car because the outline is the same. But if you're going to read that, I will take care of you, is the sentence correct? Of course it's not. So you have to use care instead, diba? So again, choice of word is important, guys. Very important in writing transcriptions. Because the meaning of the sentence will change if you're not going to choose the correct word. So it's important you still study grammar, study vocabulary, so that you will be able to make use of the correct words in your transcription of the outputs if you are asked to perform activities like this by your teachers. So in my class, I ask my students to do this, and then I discuss to them the results. I discuss to them what they submit to me and tell them that, hey, this is wrong because the sentence is not correct because you used the wrong choice of word. So you really have to choose the correct word. So translate it to the dialect or to the language, like if you are Filipino, Tagalogin mo muna siya. So translate it first in Tagalog before you finalize your answer so that you are sure that your answer is indeed correct. Okay? So this is, guys, this is done inside the classroom if I am teaching shorthand, I do this inside the classroom. So since this is a tutorial class, I also showed it to you so that you will be able to understand and practice it yourselves and eventually develop also the skill of writing shorthand. So that will be our lesson for today. I will move on to lesson 8. I will be discussing there the sound of TH, SH, and J. TH over it and under it, SH, CH, and J. So those will be our next lesson for the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you.